Alright guys, for today, I decided to make a little different video. This video is about chess and chess.com. And this video, as you can see in the title, the thumbnail, and right now, is about things I hate about 30-second bullet. Now, when I play chess, I play bullet. And when I play bullet, I play 30-second bullet. Why? I like to have fast reactions to others' moves, and I just like how fast it goes. Would I play it in real life? No. I'd play untimed in real life. But for online, I main bullet. And although I love the game mode, there are some things that make me mad about it. And these things could either be what players do, what I do, pieces even. So, yeah. Let's start this off with, this is in a list of like a top 5-ish. It's not a real top 5. And if you want another part, I can make another part on this. I don't know, 5 likes, maybe? Nah, I'm not gonna make you, like these other YouTubers. Anyway, number 5. People who don't queen trade. Now, this happens in every kind of chess mode, but it is so annoying. Like, in this position, he was at an 11-point advantage. And if he queen trades here, he's going to be winning. But what he does is he moves another piece, and then I go up to queen trade, and then I go on to, of course, take his rook with my rook, and then take all those pieces up there in the top right corner, and then I win the game. When, if he had queen trade, he would have definitely have won the game. Again, this is lower because it's kind of a pet peeve. I just don't like it when, I give them a free chance to take the queen and they don't take it. Sometimes it'd be in their advantage because it mess up my pawn structure, and yet they still don't take it. In fact, I have an example of this, not working out for the opponent. So here we are against the 1361. He is at an 18-point advantage here. Okay? And this goes on for 7 moves where, actually it's more than 7. I just cut out all the spots for when the 2 queens were there and he could have took it. But he starts off with 15. I have 22. I already have a time advantage. And I move my queen up so we can queen trade. Now, the reason I want to do this is because I already have a lot of time, and I'm not really in the best position. So if I can eliminate the chance of getting mated as much as possible, that'd be great. That's kind of my mentality when I'm losing, or like I don't have my queen or a lot of pieces or something. But in this position, the right choice is to queen trade, because it doesn't affect anything. And first, of course, I start off here. He moves his queen down to check me. I move my queen down so we could take queens. And then he moves his queen up here, threatening this pawn, although this is defended. I would have moved it like right there if that was me. But I moved my queen up to, of course, attack it in. Okay? And then, a couple moves ensue. I get checked by this bishop right here. But I get my queen over here to where I can actually, check the queen, because he obviously is not going to take it. But he moves his queen down to where I said before, by the way. And, of course, I'm going to move my queen because I really want a queen trade at this point. I'm mad at him because he doesn't queen trade. And then he moves his queen up to here. Okay? So, I move my queen over there. He finally does something else. And then, of course, I finally get to take the queen. For free, by the way. For free. And he loses on time right there. If he had just taken the queen, I believe he would have got an easy win in the game. But moving the queen over and over again caused him to be stalled, caused him to, lose time, and I got an easy win off time, just, messing with his queen. So, and that is why I personally dislike queen traders, non-queen traders, or other piece traders, of course, in this game. Especially in 30-second, because I already have to think really fast, and when my plan is to let him have the queen, so I can take it backfire on me, I, get messed up for a bit, but since this guy just kept doing it, I just knew that I had to keep, pursuing his queen, and that just caused him to lose the game. Next, for number 4, is losing a milestone against a player, or losing a lot before you get to one. And what I consider a milestone is every 100. So, I'm 1401 right now, and I lost this game, and it brought me down from, I believe, 1404 or 5 or 6 to 1397. And that always ruins your morale. You reach this point of greatness, every 100 points, and then it just gets taken away from you. It doesn't feel good. But another thing to this is to lose before you get to said milestone. And this was before I reached 1400. I won one game against the 1564 to get to 1397. And then I lost 2 games in a row. And in both games, I could have got to 1400. And then, of course, I win the game against the 1510 to get back to 1398. And then I lose another game. And then I go back down to 1391. Luckily, I won a game against a guy who would have given me 11 points, which, if you don't know how the point system works, if there's a person higher ELO than you, you usually get more points for a win and less points for a loss, and vice versa for a lower person. But luckily, I did get to 1400. I did get to 1400 back after this loss, by the way. I'm at 1401 right now. I haven't really touched the game that much because I really don't want to lose it. But you just got to keep going after this, and you just got to hope you can get it. So, yeah, it's demoralizing. Yeah, you really want it to either stay or you really want to get to this spot, but it's not the end of the world, and that's why I have it 4 here. Number 3, these are pieces, knights and bishops. And the reason I say knights and bishops is basically because you can't really move the king around them. But basically, both knights and bishops are the main reason that I lose games. And yes, I know what you're kind of saying. I usually lose my games to, queen checkmates, rook checkmates. But the main reason that I lose these games is because either the dude hunts down and hounds for my queen with these knights and bishops until I just give up and finally give it to him. Or I just run out of spaces to move the queen. Or I'm at a position near the end of the game where I'm running out of time and I'm trying to quick pre-move my king. And then the one spot that I could have done it at, it's blocked because there's either a knight or bishop blocking it. And there's also the third thing to this. And that third thing is these, support the queen. Like, if I decide to do things I like about 30-second, the queen trap where you have that queen and bishop, I do that a lot. not anymore, really. I go for more of a fianchetto type now, since I'm so high up at elo. People do still fall for the queen trap, although it's way less than like 1,000s were. But stuff like that, where a bishop or a knight is protecting the queen to deliver the mate when I'm looking at a completely different spot on the board, it ruins the game for me, because I get mated by these things, or I can't move, and that just causes me to lose. Another thing to these is that they're just annoying. Whenever you try to take them, you just can't. Whenever you try to threaten them, they just take something else, they move somewhere else, and you can't really take them really well unless your opponent is either being stupid by threatening your queen with no defense, happens to me a lot, or they just give it for free for either a trade or they're just not thinking. But on to my number 2, and my number 2 and my number 1, they relate. They have the same premise, but one is a little less than another. But number 2 is losing on time. And by losing on time, I especially mean when one move could have had them lose on time. That sucks a lot. Like, you're pre-moving, you get ruined by, like, a bishop, a knight, or a rook, or a queen. You take it, and then you start pre-moving frantically, trying to win the game. They do the same, and then you lose when they either have 1 millisecond, 2 milliseconds, 3 milliseconds, when you know that if you got that move off, you would have won the game. And that sucks, especially in a high-tense situation where you're about to reach a milestone, or you're about to lose when you need to win the game, where if you just run out of time, especially here, where this guy would have likely gave me 15, upwards of 16 points if I had won. That just sucks. But it's not as bad as number 1, which has the same premise of losing on time, but it's a little worse. And that is losing on time when you literally have a checkmate. Now, I don't go for checkmates much in a 30-second bullet. If the pieces fall correctly and, everything works out, I will try to get the checkmate, but I'm not actively gunning for, like, a checkmate. I'm just gunning for them to lose the most time as possible, and by getting a lot of checks while defending your said queen, bishop, knight, or whatever, so they can't take it and check you. That is important. Another important thing to this is, if you see a checkmate, you do the checkmate because you don't want to run out of time. And in this example, this rook basically ruined the game for me. I had like 1.3 seconds left. I got checked by it multiple times. And then when I finally realized that there's this mate here, I had like 0.05 seconds left. I move the rook up when there's 0.02 seconds left. And I lose the game, because I didn't move fast enough. Now, that doesn't make sense in the first place, because when I noticed it, there was at 5 seconds, and when I moved it, there was like 0.2. Not 5 seconds, literally, I'm talking about 0.5 seconds, but I should have had this game. But I lost. And that sucks. Like I said before, with losing on time. When you lose on time, it sucks, especially during like a milestone game. But when you lose on time, when you could have won the game by a checkmate, when they had time, just completely sucks. Anyway, that is my chess video. I hope you guys enjoy it. It's not more tailored to my usual content, but like, when I saw that guy doing all those queen trades, I just got fed up and I just wanted to make this video. So, although my videos get like 10, 15 views, this one might be a little lower. It could be very high if people just looking up 30-second bullet. I don't really know. I'm predicting it to be low, but you never really know. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed watching this chess video, and I'll see you next time on either NFL season predictions for every team or the Jonathan Taylor song. One of the two. And anyway, hope you have a good day, and I'll see you next time.